What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, Bitcoin is sitting mostly flat at $66,500. We also have the stock market showing a bounce here today after earnings with the SPY at 551 and the Qs sitting at 470, finding support at a key area. So today, I wanted to talk about why we are seeing a bounce in the stock market and why I do think that this bull run will continue, as well as some sectors, stocks, commodities, and crypto. At the end of this video, we will get into that because that looks very bullish for the medium term. So I wanted to share what I see over there. If all that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. All right, guys, let's get into it. So, what happened? Well, we had earnings yesterday. We had earnings for Microsoft, AMD, Starbucks, several of these big companies, and, but mainly all eyes were on these tech companies. And after the earnings, the Microsoft price dipped, but why are the markets rallying? Well, I think there's a couple reasons here we need to take a look at. First off, the earnings per share is up 10% to 2.95 in the quarter versus 2.69 a year ago, and the analysts expected a 2.94. Sales up 15% to 64.7 billion versus 56.2 billion a year ago. Analysts expected a 64.4 billion. So better than expected results. And if you look at the RSIs here on the daily, we are at the bottom side of the range. So we suspected that there may be a bounce coming here very soon. Will this be the bottom of the dip or will we go lower? That remains to be seen. We'll need to watch the price action, but I do suspect that we may see a bounce here, possibly followed by a bit further downside. That is a possibility. If we take a measurement from the top down to the bottom here on the Qs, we've seen about a 10% correction. So the Qs have sold off a bit more than the S&P, where the S&P is only sold off about 5%, but I still suspect that we could see a bit more on the S&P. And the reason I am bullish here over the mid to long term is we are in an uptrend, and we had this. This was posted by Seth Golden over on X, and it shows that we are at the lowest RSI level since January of 2023, and he put for the sixth time since COVID 2020. Qs and SPY performance ratios, 14-day RSI has fallen below 30 into deeply oversold territory. And so he put this chart out there, and it shows every time that we come down to this level, we do see some sort of bounce or correction. Of course, we are in a bull market, and so typically that means further continuation upwards. If you look at a lot of these areas he pointed out here, I'm not sure why his arrows aren't quite straight, but if you take a look where these are, typically this marks a bounce or near the lows. Of course, back here in 2022, we were in a downtrend, and we did see some bounces along the way, but nevertheless, typically oversold conditions mean the market will continue higher. Another reason why I think the market may continue higher is we are starting to see the breadth widening. This is the RSP, or the equal weight. So right now that is attempting to break out and make a new high here, sitting at 172. We also have the financial sector looking very strong, sitting at 43.94, attempting a new all-time high as well. And Tom over at FX Evolution posted this on X. He said, Goldman Sachs panic model is flashing close to max fear. This isn't such a bad thing for the bulls. We are getting close, so we know when there is fear, that is the time to be buying. We also have the IWM moving up here in the recent weeks, which shows a sign appetite for risk on assets and small caps eye the strongest month against tech stocks in 22 years. And then this article goes on to say why this presidential election could push the Russell to record highs. So that looks very bullish for the market in the medium term. My thesis here is that we will continue to see this market go higher for the next 6 to 12 to 18 months. I do think we probably top out sometime in 2025, but we could still have a ways to go. And so what are some stocks that we could look at? Well, one of those is Coinbase, especially if you're wanting those crypto type returns. Coinbase should do very well, setting at 233. You can see we have been ranging sideways here, seeing some big swings, and we have our first take profit zone around that 250 to 270 area. We also have a zone above that around 310 to 328. Of course, this thing could go much higher than that. If we just zoom out here a little bit, this is the daily chart. You can see where this was back in 2021. Of course, never expect the same results, but we know when these rallies get started, these things really take off. And of course, this is a newer stock, so it's hard to really say, but you can see this did open much higher previously. And with everything that's going on around crypto and the presidential election and what they are doing as far as looking to ease restrictions and possibly make Bitcoin part of the reserve. This could be very bullish for Bitcoin and crypto, and this would be a great way to gain exposure to that asset class if you want to do so. We also have gold looking very bullish here in the last couple of weeks, sitting at 24.20, finding a bounce here off our support, and that is good for the miners. Also, we have seen silver and copper really show a lot of weakness here recently relative to gold. Nevertheless, silver is expected to outperform gold in these bull runs. Excuse me, guys, got a little tickle in my throat. But this here is SIL. This is the Silver Miners ETF setting at 34.27, and we are seeing a bounce with oversold conditions on the daily. And the Copper Miners is also seeing a nice little bounce this morning at 43.75, finding support here at our downwards trend line. And we also had this big horizontal block of support. So it looks like some of these miners may start to do very well here in the next couple of days. I do think that gold and silver will go much higher later this year, and copper has been extremely oversold, so it is definitely due for a bounce. If you are interested in buying stocks, ETFs, gold, or crypto, you can do so over on Robinhood. Right now, Robinhood offers up to a 1% boost when you open an account. Plus, they offer 8 times the national savings rate, and they allow you to begin building your portfolio with just as little as $1. They allow you to buy stocks, options, and ETF, and trade commission free. Plus, they offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and many more, as well as gold. If you're interested, there is a link down in the description. Yes, it is an affiliate link, so I do appreciate it. Um, but what I like about Robinhood is they allow you to buy fractional shares of stocks. So if stocks are, say, $800 or $900, well, you can own a fraction of that stock. Plus, they give you one free stock when you sign up. What about Bitcoin? A lot of people kind of were worried a few weeks ago whether we were going to see the Bitcoin price fall. But when in doubt, zoom out. This is the monthly chart on Bitcoin. And so what we see here is the previous all-time highs from 2021 have been acting as support, and we have put in 5 months now above this previous all-time highs, and so that is looking bullish for Bitcoin. We also have this flag pattern playing out here. So if we can break and get above that, well, I think Bitcoin is going much higher. I could see it going to $80,000 rather quickly. And I do think that we will see it go to that six-figure mark sometime probably this year. So that is something to keep an eye on. Also, we have this post over here by Vance Spencer on X. BlackRock had more flows to ETH than Bitcoin today. So that is interesting. And from the thumbnail on this video, we have this pattern playing out right here. This is a pennant, and if we break out of this, well, that will create a big move. If we break to the upside, we could see Ethereum going up to that $4,000 level rather quickly, and we have higher price targets on it for the next year of around $7,000 to $10,000. So that is looking bullish for Ethereum. And here is that pattern just to point out what that typically looks like. And this is the daily 3312. So some of these altcoins have been looking bullish relative to Bitcoin. And I also wanted to point this out. Q4 is typically the strongest quarter that we have for crypto. So you can see typically we have the majority of these big runs during Q4. So I think we only have approximately, excuse me, guys, 4 to 6 weeks left here before things really get kicked off. And so this is looking very bullish for crypto. I do think that we are going to start to see a move here very soon. Another one of those coins is Solana, sitting at $181. The total 3 is also back within our range here, still at the bottom side, so indicating that any final spot buys that you may want for this run, there is still time. But like I said, I think that time is running out. I think that we will probably see some moves here, probably within a couple of weeks to potentially another month or so. I think that's when things are going to get really exciting. Typically, we know that August and September can be a little weak for the stock market, but after that, typically we see that rally through the back half of the year. Sorry, guys, the air conditioning is really bothering me today. But anyway, if you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and many more, you can do so over on iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 with low cost and no monthly fee in a tax advantage IRA. I use iTrust Capital, and they have over 5,000 plus 5-star reviews on Google. So if you're interested, there is a link down below. What I liked about iTrust is they actually have people that you can call and talk to when setting up your account. Also, guys, don't forget to follow me over on X, Mind of Financier. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and I post anything that I see that has to do with stocks, commodities, or crypto over there. So be sure to go follow me over there because I post over there whenever I see things. So that's a quicker way to get updates. And then I do try to make these videos throughout the week when I have time. All right, guys, I hope you all have a great day. It is Wednesday, hump day, halfway through the week. Um, be sure to share this video if you find any value in it. And until next time, guys, take care, be legendary, and peace out.